The Canadian government has confirmed that 97 of its citizens are currently detained in China for various reasons, ranging from drug offences to espionage. 4 of them are facing the death penalty, a punishment that Canada strongly opposes. The plight of the detained Canadians has gained international attention after the release of Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor, who spent nearly 3 years in Chinese custody on vague charges of spying. Their arrests were widely seen as retaliation for the arrest of Huawei executive Meng Wanzhou in Vancouver in 2018, at the request of the United States. Meng was allowed to return to China last month after reaching a deferred prosecution agreement with the U.S. authorities, paving the way for the release of the 2 Michaels. However, many other Canadians remain behind bars in China, with little hope of a swift resolution. Among them is Hussein Jalil, a Canadian citizen of Uyghur origin, who has been imprisoned in China since 2006. He was arrested in Uzbekistan, where he was visiting his wife's family, and extradited to China without the consent of Canadian officials. He was accused of terrorism for advocating for the rights of the Uyghur minority in China's Xinjiang region. He has not been granted a single consular visit in 15 years, and his exact whereabouts and condition are unknown. Another Canadian facing the death penalty is Robert Schellenberg, who was arrested in China in 2014 on drug charges. He was initially sentenced to 15 years in prison, but his verdict was overturned and he was given the death sentence in 2019, after Meng's arrest. His appeal was rejected by a Chinese court in August this year, and he is now awaiting the final decision of China's Supreme Court. The other 2 Canadians on death row are Fan Wei and Yi Jianhui, who were both convicted of drug trafficking in separate cases. They have also exhausted their appeals and are waiting for the Supreme Court's review. Canada has repeatedly expressed its firm opposition to the death penalty and called on China to grant clemency to all Canadians sentenced to death. Canada also opposes the arbitrary detention of its citizens and demands their fair and transparent treatment in accordance with international law. However, China has rejected Canada's appeals and accused it of interfering in its internal affairs. China has also criticized Canada for its role in Meng's case and its stance on human rights issues in Hong Kong and Xinjiang. The diplomatic relations between the 2 countries have deteriorated significantly in recent years, and the prospects of a breakthrough remain uncertain. China has shown no sign of easing its pressure on Canada, and has warned of further consequences if Canada does not respect its interests and sovereignty.